Happy holidays and welcome back inside Pechanga Arena, San Diego. It's time for another night of Major Arena Soccer League action to close out what's been an action-packed weekend, a battle for the top spot in the MASL West as the Sockers take on the Mesquite Outlaws. And good evening, everybody. Alongside Nate Abreu, Craig Elston on hand here with you. This should be interesting. Here comes Mesquite, a team that didn't play for 2 years. They're 3-0, 9 points. Could we have a Wild West shootout? Some young upstarts come riding into town.
I certainly hope so, and it's one of those clean slate kind of games, an early test for both teams. Let's see what's in store. I think for the neutrals watching, this should be a treat tonight.
Well, the Sockers are coming off a 2-1 overtime win. Certainly they are expecting to put their scoring boots on a little bit more firmly tonight, but Cesar Cerda is delivering clutch goals just like he's done his whole San Diego career.
It's just the word, clutch. It's everything about who he is as a performer. He always talks about those moments where he got a little bit left in the tank, barely anything left, and where a lot of people can kind of fall victim to those moments and make those mental lapses. That's when he seems to rise up and be at his best, when everyone's searching for that last little desperate piece of energy, and that was kind of what won him the game the last time we were here.
Well, last time we saw Eduardo Pollo Cortez, he was filling in for Boris Pardo last season and earning Player of the Week in doing so. He went on to St. Louis and was great, and now unbelievable 3-0 with a .233 goals against average.
Hard to beat. The Sockers, nothing new for them, facing goalkeepers in top form. Here we go again.
It is sock toss night, and we'll see who scores first to trigger an avalanche of socks out onto the floor at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. We're going to come on back and get you ready for the kickoff. The first quarter run is coming up. It's the Sockers and Outlaws on Twitch. And as we join you from the top row of Pechanga Arena, Craig Elston, Nate Abreu, and let's welcome in Melissa May for her pregame hit.
Happiest of holidays to you, Craig and Nate, and to everyone tuning in on Twitch. Tonight is the Sockers' second annual Sock Toss, and it's by far one of the most fun and beneficial promos that we have all year. When the Sockers score their first goal, fans will throw brand new unused pairs of socks and underwear onto the field. We'll clean them up and donate them to the San Diego Rescue Mission to benefit the homeless here in San Diego County. Our last Sock Toss, was so amazing that the Sockers front office, the soccer squads, and players from both teams had to help clean up all of the donations. Our last Sock Toss was back in 2019, and the first goal scorer, none other than the reigning pass master himself, Leonardo de la Vera. Both Tavoy Morgan and Felipe Gonzalez have openly said they were going to be the first Sockers player to score the first goal, so I'll open it up to the Twitch community. Who do you think is going to be the first Sockers player to score? And with that said, talk amongst yourselves. Craig and Nate, back to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. We appreciate it, and we appreciate everyone that is tuning in live with us on Twitch, on the MASL_soccer channel, your primetime Sunday night Western Conference Showdown. 3-0 Mesquite, an Outlaws side, Nate, that's allowed just 7 goals in 3 matches so far this year. They just beat the Empire Strikers on Friday night, 4-3.
Yeah, big part of that. It's been Eduardo Pollo Cortez in goal. It's going to be another big test for the Mesquite netminder here this evening. The Sockers anxious to get the shooting boots on here this evening as the guests from Mesquite are in town. Expect more than 2 goals in 5 periods tonight from the Sockers. I think they are going to score more than that last time we were in this building.
Yeah, even facing the most defensive-minded club so far. 15 minutes on the clock. The whistle is sounded. We're underway with the Sockers and the Mesquite Outlaws, 2 colorfully clad clubs here on December 18th. A real holiday spirit to this one as the Sockers defend the Western goal and run right to left in this first quarter across your screens. And Mesquite with the red, with the vertical dark blue stripes on the top of the jersey, the red shorts, the red socks. They're going to run left to right. The Sockers, of course, in those classic blue retros from 1982 to 84.
You left out one of the critical details of these Mesquite uniforms. Giant white numbers on the back of the tops.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go on, Outlaws.
And here's Leonardo de Oliveira. He was the Sock Toss goal scorer before. He's trying to burst down and do it this time. And got a ball into the crease and defended well by Mesquite. They are anchored once again by Eduardo Pollo Cortez. He played one match for San Diego last year, went 1-0, was terrific, moved back to St. Louis, finished the season there, helped lead them to the playoffs, and now back in Mesquite. He is a Texas native, Dallas, Texas, so this is his home turf. As Tavoy deflects, and Escoto hits crossbar. Brandon almost brought the Sox down early in minute 2 of quarter 1. Sockers look frisky. Here's Mitchell Cardenas. Now there's Escoto taking off the ball well. And the Outlaws are off and running and looking to counterattack. And they've got something building on left wing. Turning David Ortiz. He was too close to goal. He'll take a whistle and he'll draw a foul. David Ortiz has 2 goals this season, Nate. Both of them are from beyond midfield. And Friday nights turned out to be the match winner as he caught Clayson de Lima off the line. This one blocked into a 2-man wall. And the Outlaws, who have numbers only on the backs of their jerseys, do not have them on the front nor the shorts, as per NASL regulation. Steven Gonzalez has it now for the Outlaws. He will fire one well wide around the Dana of Mission Bay dasher board, and Luis Pee Wee Ortega, greeted by a double team. George DeLeon, formerly of Ontario Fury, now Empire Strikers, sees the foul go against the Outlaws in the corner.
You know, we'll get to some analysis of the game itself in a moment. I just want to make one more comment about this very aesthetically pleasing uniform matchup. Shout out to everybody on the style this evening. Easy to tell everyone apart.
Yes.
Easy to read the numbers. And it looks mighty nice.
Yeah, I think this is the best looking matchup combo I've seen in a while.
Red and blue, never gets old.
This one, yeah, it kind of reminds me of like USC UCLA home game, you know, when they both wear the dark. I always loved that. Thought that was a great tradition. 3rd minute here, first quarter just settling in. It's the Sockers and the Outlaws. Mesquite 3-0 with all 9 points. Sockers 2-0 with 5. So Mesquite will end tonight on the top of the table, at least by points, no matter what. Even if the Sockers get all 3 here tonight, they'd go to 8 points. Here's Iram Pollo Ruiz. Talked to him pre-match, said, you know, I think you just might score that first goal. And here he gets the chance! Block, rebound, score! Who else but the captain, who's the man who said to me, I'll be the one to drop them socks. And the socks have been tossed for Greg Giles as Nate Abrea will toss a pair of socks down onto the floor. And raining down charitable donations for San Diego Rescue Mission and Crisis House. Pollo, the save by Pollo, and crashing in Giles. Artistry on the indoor floor as Iram Pollo Ruiz, the 1-2 with Leo. Pollo off Pollo, Giles into the back of the net. How did the wing go? Oh, Nate gripping the left. Look out. Little tricep tenderness.
That baseball career was a long time ago, baby. I'm out for 2023.
When we sang "Try a Little Tenderness," it wasn't for your arm, man. That's rough. But look at this.
Crow hop and everything.
How about these great kids, Nate? Part of our parade of champions this evening.
There, he's got my pair. Good job, kid.
Double hustle. Working so hard. There is your pair. I see it. I see it right down there.
It made it. The dying quail at the end. It was like Ichiro off the hands and then just absolutely swan dived straight down. But I think I made it. I think I contributed.
You know, Nate, there are so many needs. Homelessness in California and in San Diego is ever rising, ever distressing. We know about the violence that occurs within the community. We know about all of the issues that confront the community when they are out on the streets, and especially in the cold. And when you go to places like San Diego Rescue Mission, when you go to places like Crisis House, who are going to benefit directly from these socks, you see these, I mean, look at that barrel is overflowing. And you say, well, what could it be? What do you need? What can we give? And they say socks and underwear.
Yeah.
And you go, well, really? You know, not a winter parka, not a new whatever. No, socks and underwear. It's the basics. It's the absolute basics that when those fail, so many more things fail. And as such, the sock toss is something special, you know, and I love last night. I know the Gulls did teddy bear toss, and that is also a very special night and an exciting night. And I think for everyone, it's not only a ton of fun to toss them socks been tossed, but also to see that it all goes to a great cause. At 2:37, the goal by number 37, Craig Giles from Iran Pollo Ruiz. First example of Pollo on Pollo action in tonight's game. Whose Pollo will reign supreme? So far, it's Ruiz 1, Cortez nothing.
Score by number 37, Craig. Thank you.
And as Pardo rolls it out, they do appropriately give the assist to Ruiz. So the first of the year for Craig Giles, certainly not the last, as the captain marks early. This one bounced to Pollo Cortez. And the Sockers are ready to put some pressure on here on the back line. It looks like Mitchell Cardenas will wedge this one loose. Felipe Gonzalez brings it down, and Tavoy Morgan gets a chance to approach. Out there on the pitch, which we also like to call the floor indoors, is a man who's been on both a pitch and a floor for years and years, and that is number 80, Pablo da Silva. And what a story Pablo is on the floor tonight at the age of 42 as a captain in the back and wearing the captain's armband for the Mesquite Outlaws under the guidance of head coach Tattoo. Pablo da Silva last year began the season retired and the head coach of the Dallas Sidekicks. Here's Tavoy. Here's right wing. It's Felipe off of the left post as Gonzalez came oh so close to doubling the advantage for San Diego. Morgan still holds on the wall, and the Sockers maintain possession with Rojo, who's coming in hard off the wall. Cortez reads the angle and rolls it out. So after going 0-3, as the counter is on, stepping out to the middle for Mesquite is Mendez. Sebastian Mendez, one of so many former Sidekicks who are on the floor for Mesquite. Here's a former Socker, Emmanuel Aguirre. The left-footer's shot blocked by Rojo. After going 0-3 in Dallas, Pablo was fired. He was shown his walk-in papers. Ricardinho took over, helped, along with Jamie Lovegrove, who the Sockers traded to Dallas, helped the Sidekicks into the playoffs and earned Ricardinho Coach of the Year, which is an award that could have just as well gone to Jamie Lovegrove for his contribution to the Sidekicks. Turning attempt, it's Morales, the newcomer of the year last year with the Sidekicks, and that one off of the back of Jurado, and thankfully not into the net for San Diego. Pablo did sign at the end of the year with St. Louis for a couple games, but you thought for sure the playing career is over. It's a matter of the coaching career. Well, now he's both a coach and a player. And the Sockers know that that's one player that when he's on the floor, they want to attack him. Pino will lift this one out to the red line, brought down by Juan Carlos Charlie Gonzalez. Charlie in some hot water. Christian Gutierrez uses his one chance outlet to Boris Pardo, who lifts it. Lovely ball headed back to Pollo Cortez.
Calmly done.
This Mesquite team that was out for 2 years, shut down during the COVID pandemic. Sarada stepping up on George De Leon. The whistle sounds from Samantha Martinez, a terrific referee in this league and in higher outdoor leagues. Samantha Martinez out there with Josh Wilkins. Your two referees on the floor, Ramiro Delgado, Arnold Baldo. Your refs in the box tonight, courtesy of the Major Arena Soccer League. Pardo, Childs. Childs told me, I'm going to score the goal. Until he did. Pollo Ruiz. Over to Cerda. And back to Mitchell Cardenas. Under 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. And the Sockers up 1-0. And an early goal, much like they had in match one here at home, in the home opener last Sunday. Let's hope it's the rest of the script doesn't follow. I don't think it will, because here's Pollo. Oh, boy. By half a step. Childs trying to return the favor to Pollo Ruiz. Here's Pee-wee. Pee-wee turns and wins the ball, then leaves it behind. And lucky as Ortiz fired it just high. What a giveaway. Now another chance.
Foul on
And
Escoto.
dropping Brendan Lee. Escoto sees the foul called, and the Sockers must defend a free kick. You look at how this roster was reconstituted, Nate, and you look at 9 Dallas sidekicks from last year.
Just down the road, the southeast, if I have my Texas geography correct.
Pardo able to get a piece of that.
Just let me know in the Twitch chat if my Texas geo is on point. Mesquite's just to the southeast of the city of Dallas. And if you go a little bit further, you get to the hometown of one of the all-time great U.S. soccer players, of Clint Dempsey, Nacogdoches, Texas.
Nacogdoches.
Not going to spell it on air. I'll let you do that in the Twitch chat. Thank you.
Here's Cardenas just bending one over to Pollo. And of course, the sidekicks have been playing in Allen. So you've got the Allen Mesquite Derby, which will be coming up on the holiday weekend.
It sounds like a person. Remember Allen Mesquite Derby? He plays right back for Brighton.
That's it. No. Officials timeout for laughter coming up soon. Here is Morales. 22 goals last year with Dallas.
I'm here till the end of the night.
It's a nice step over. Morales, wall ball. Gutierrez is going to look to turn the momentum of this ball into a counterattack. And he runs past one man, but the ball was out in front of him. There's Pablo. Right place, right time. Let's see. He's going to try and set a screen on his way to the bench. Pablo is nothing if not entertaining.
Morales sitting back to the bench. He's definitely been the electric spot for Mesquite Outlaws early on in this game. He's looked the most dangerous of any player on the ball for sure.
Axel Chacunte is now on the ball, taken away from behind by Felipe Gonzalez. Now Leo saw that one just drift right by him. Sebastian Mendez, ex of the sidekicks. He'll see a collision with Leo and a free kick given to the, and now the card is out. And it will be a power play for the Mesquite Outlaws.
Hopefully just a contact situation for Sebastian Mendez. A lot of pain right now.
Let's take another look.
Back up to his feet now.
Well, it was a late challenge by Leo. I mean, there's no
I
question.
think Leo might have landed kind of as he awkwardly, both bodies went flying there. I think Leo landed at least a little bit onto the ankle of Mendez. You know that great story about Pablo da Silva? I'm a fan of math, usually of the basic variety, not the algebra and geometry, complicated stuff. I love the fact that you're talking about Sebastian Mendez, half the age, exactly, of Pablo da Silva.
It looks like Felipe goes to the box. We'll take a timeout. It's a power play and a great free kick to start it from Mesquite. After this, 1-0 Sockers, the MASL on Twitch. It's 1-0 the Sockers with the lead. This is the MASL on Twitch. We asked the question if the geography of Nate Alvarez's discussion was correct, and it is. According to Hamster, says Mesquite is
according to a hamster.
According to a hamster in
I'm
our
on
chat.
point.
Direct east of Dallas and half as far from downtown as it is to Allen. So for those who live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Mesquite is their hometown club, and it's understandable how so many ex-sidekicks chose a shorter commute to stay in the MASL and to work under the great tattoo, along with Segu by his side.
Yeah.
decades of indoor experience. And speaking of decades of indoor experience, there it is, personified, number 80,
I love
Pablo.
it. Out on the power play. You knew it.
And he's going to gun on the free kick. He'll dish it off. And the gun is saved by Pardo. Rebound headed high off the frame, and the front wave Credit Union logo. This is how the power play begins.
I don't think Pablo da Silva expected the sprint immediately back there with Christian Gutierrez chasing him down, but lo and behold, catching his breath now and coming back across the halfway line.
Power play started at 6:31 remaining. It'll count down to either 4:31 left or to a Mesquite goal, which could tie things up. Cardenas takes one up high from Ortiz, and that'll gift back possession to San Diego. So far, 2 for 3 defending penalties this season, which is tied for 6th in the league. Dead average. Mesquite is 2 for 5 scoring penalties, which is tied for 8th. Not much scoring for Mesquite overall. They've just had 11 goals in 3 matches, 3.7 per match, but they've allowed 2.3. So far, they've allowed 1. And the toss of the Sox commenced. Now, Serra, shorthanded, deep. All of the Sockers are on the offensive side of the zone, and they have to be careful with 1:12 left. Now they're backing up appropriately, as it's the Outlaws with the man advantage and a chance to tie the match.
Long ball to Macias was on for a half a second there.
David Ortiz, master of the long ball. Hoping to play in the old missile and have 3-pointers. He'd have 6 points already instead of just 2 goals. Some tiki-taka for a moment, but it got through Eric Macias. Another ex-side kick, and it's back to Pollo Cortez. 43 seconds left on the man advantage. Well, I called it on, and it had to have been on Leo. They called the penalty on Felipe. So, indeed. Here's a give and go, looking for Ortiz, and it's Serra at the last moment, trying to trip it away, but the foul is called on the Outlaws. I'll fire up the old Atari 2600 over here and see what they actually wrote down for that penalty. What I know is there's 26 seconds left on the kill, and there's Mitchell Cardenas to start it with a free kick that bends toward Christian Gutierrez.
Nice turn.
Lovely.
With David Ortiz, with Big Poppy on his back.
Here comes Serra. Serra's moving in on the wing shorthanded. Cesar Serra will back it up. He wears the assistant captain armband.
That backing out of the zone right there from Cesar Serra, that basically killed off the penalty. It's a really smart play.
And so did that little punt by our man, Pardo. There's Felipe out of the box. Sockers kill the power play. Pablo, dusted, heads to the bench.
Power play over, my shift the same.
Done.
That was class.
See you next time we have a chance in the zone.
I like the Sockers actually kind of letting Pablo da Silva make his way to the bench there. That was classy all the way around.
Steven Gonzalez. Now here's Emmanuel Aguirre. The ex-Soccer came through RGV. Now back in Texas. Played previously with Mesquite as well. Had 1 season here in San Diego. The steal by Gutierrez. There's Leo on the run. Leo with 3 touches into the zone. He'll carve it to the right side. This skipping shot attempt by Felipe Gonzalez, chasing his own rebound. Axel has it first for Memphis Mesquite Outlaws. I knew that was going to happen at least one time. I don't know why. I always want them to be from Memphis. They're not. They're from Dallas. Mesquite just east. Dallas Fort Worth. 3:30 left in the first quarter. Pee-wee.
It's like a Johnny Cash song. You're just going to keep naming cities.
I've been to. I'm not going to do it. Pino charging in for just a moment. The ball ricochets back. Sockers maintain possession. Leo tried to cut it into Morgan, his pal and housemate. Leo back on it. His dribbling always worth the price of admission. Charlie now gets to Tavoy. 1v1, but taken away from behind by Steven Gonzalez. Gonzalez calm. Ooh, under high pressure there.
A lot of calm. My goodness.
Rojo. There's Morgan with a chance in the corner. He'll just fire it and just missed. By inches. Slotting it from the tightest of angles. 2:35 in the first. Here's a good run. Right down the middle by Darren Mitchell. Mitchell still alive. Dished it off when he could have taken the shot at the top of the arc. Didn't see the angle, tried to lay it off, and that diffused the chance. Soccer's counting down a 1-0 lead in the first quarter. Becoming eerily reminiscent of last week's game.
The Sockers went almost an hour between goals in that 2-1
they did. No, they went
overtime
over.
win.
It was 60 and 35. Oh, here's the chance for Childs. Blocked out for a corner for San Diego. Craig Childs, right place, right time. We saw that last year, Nate, when he went well over 40 points in just 18 matches and really thrived in his sniper role. Morgan crushes that one, blocked out.
Loving the pink boots as well, Craig Childs.
Yes.
Go on.
Saw him having those shoehorned on by the best trainer in the MASL, Paul Savage, earlier today. Here's Childs in the corner.
Unmissable.
Los Zapatos Rosados. Here's Leo. Where's Leonardo on the back of his jersey this year? Wore Cardoso, which is his given last name in Brazil. And, I mean, everyone on his passport. Give and go. Overlapping run thought of. Now instead it goes through Childs. One touch passing over to Escoto. Joras on the left foot with 90 seconds and less in the first quarter. Childs keeps it moving. Lovely job of the Sockers to keep the ball moving and around, touching all 5 different players there. Now back to Childs. This one touch will be intercepted for a moment by Charlie. Ball rode up his leg. And that prevented a breakaway right up the middle.
Yeah, you can tell this Mesquite Outlaws team is well coached and well organized. A lot of experience, and obviously we talked all about Tattoo and the role that Pablo da Silva plays as he's back on the pitch with the ball at his feet right now. I noticed it pregame as well. I don't want to be harsh on anybody else in this league, but you can tell, whether you're talking youth soccer all the way to the pros, you can tell a lot about a team by the way they warm up.
Yeah.
You can tell a lot about a coaching staff by the way a team warms up. And we're down there every game, and I'm looking out going, this is one of the best drilled and trained teams that I've seen in some time.
By the great Tattoo.
And that's what I want to see. I mean, we commentate soccer's games. I want to see people come in here organized and giving good contests.
When the Sidekicks broke the Sockers' 48-match winning streak, the head coach was Tattoo. And Segu was his goalkeeper.
Wow.
As opposed to his goalkeeper coach. And Pablo was on the team. As in his prime, in his 30s field player. And he's still going with 5 seconds. Ooh, there's an easy foul to call on Mesquite.
Got to have a nice kick around actually with Sagu pregame. Got my annual on the pitch. Got a few touches. Felt good about myself. He gave me a little clap. Said, "All right, I got to train my goalkeeper now."
Soccer's looking to see out a defensively scoreless first quarter, which they shall do with routine function. This one will be lifted gently into the net and now atop the goal, but that creative attempt to score from long distance will come up awry, and the Sockers head into the break with a 1-0 lead. Craig Childs triggered the sock toss at 2:37 from Iram Pollo Ruiz, potting a rebound on a left-to-right shot.
Someone get me an ice pack.
Done. Yeah, you got to get that arm. Got to go have Savage take a look at that at halftime. Second quarter run from San Diego next on Twitch.
Yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on. I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's training for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude. You're right, bro. He's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the mail. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
Join us for Hispanic Heritage Night, Sunday, January 8th, when our old friends, the Dallas Sidekicks, return for a 5 o'clock kickoff here at Pechanga Arena. Actually, a 6 o'clock kickoff. The Sockers will be debuting their new cross-border third jerseys, which will be available for sale at the merchandise stand. Hang around at halftime for the annual media game. Get your tickets, Hispanic Heritage Night. Go to Sockers.com. There you see Tattoo. The great Tattoo, the unstoppable armadillo was his name. 21 seasons of indoor royalty on the bench, 857 goals, 1,585 points in his indoor career, second all-time. As Morales looking to add to his tally, Pardo comes up with a big save. You know, Tattoo, only Hector Marinero, the great, here's a 2v1. It is Pee-wee with Tavoy. Pee-wee cuts it, Tavoy off the left post outside. Leo digs out the loose change. Back to Tavoy, rattling around his chest. Down to his hip is Pollo to sweep the ball away. Karate Kid style, sweep the leg. Luis Morales the other way. But Sensei, sweep the leg. Oh, wide open is Christian. Can Leo get in the ball? Gutierrez on right wing. Just rip one into the left corner. And Samantha Martinez blows the whistle in that corner. Mesquite went flying. And the ball goes to the Sockers. And here come the free kick specialists. The power play unit out essentially for the free kick.
I love this five on the field together.
Childs cuts it. Leo shoots a rolling ball that was blocked by Emmanuel Aguirre. I think he was trying to send it into the middle for a shot pass. Escoto harassed and dispossessed. Aguirre comes forward with Axel Chacuonte on the left, and that one is in. And Emmanuel Aguirre says, I'm back. I'm here to tell you, I am a player. 1-1. Mesquite draws level.
It's love from his teammates. Emmanuel Aguirre. Mad love from the folks on the bench. Folks on the field in red, you see, it was much all him. All the way. Quite literally. Took it all the way and snuck it by Boris. I think Boris was blocked out, slightly obstructed there. But pick a corner. Put that thing low and hard. You never know what's going to happen. Goal Mesquite, 1-1.
At 1:19 of the second quarter. And again,
are we following the script again?
We are following the script almost to a T at this point.
To quote a wise English bartender in North Park, I'm not having it.
I would prefer not to have it either. What I like to hear are the drums rolling from Los Brujos de 78.
There's a more authentic version of that. I can't say it on air.
Yeah,
I'll just say I'm not having it.
Yeah, you're not having it.
Goals.
There will be more goals. Wise man predicted.
Will there be more goals
deflected to the middle and out
in the World Cup final from today?
Now that's a great bet,
or
and an interesting one.
In this game here with these two stingy defenses.
Here's the back end of the Sockers defense hanging together. Cardenas and Jurado. Cardenas was giving up that shot for Aguirre. And Aguirre took it and got it. Here's Morgan, and the shot by Rojo defended Cortez up in the air. Cortez now at Jurado, blocked by Pablo.
Wow. Shout out Pablo da Silva. Any of my, talking about energy or how he's only out there for power plays, yeah, put that to rest right now.
There's a blocked shot.
That was all out.
That's his first of the year. Just factually, yeah.
We did it just for us.
Well, it shows you. He is.
Age ain't nothing but a number. Got a baby.
Felipe heads it back to Mitchell Cardenas as the third minute, second quarter, minute 18 overall of this match dissolves away. Sockers scored in the third minute. Craig Childs triggered the sock toss. from Pollo. Now it's Aguirre on the steal, run, and shot. And the Sockers are going to try and bring this one back to their side of the ledger with Cesar Serra. Up top, finding Felipe. Felipe on the dance. Childs is lurking near back post. This shot is high and away by Serra, who certainly has the right to take a rip when he wants one. Shots in the first quarter were 5-2 in favor of San Diego. However, the shot that mattered came off Aguirre, the first one of the second quarter. And now the Outlaws again have a nice looking shape. And looking for the right side overlap or give and go. Instead, it's a great goal by Axel Chacunte, who just weaved his way through the top Sockers defenders before putting it in on his own to put Mesquite ahead 2-1.
2 goals for the visitors from Texas, and they've both been great individual efforts. You saw Aguirre breaking down half the Sockers team on the first goal before putting it past Boris Pardo. Look at Axel out there. Essentially takes 3 Sockers players out of the game. Puts it to the corner past Boris Pardo for 2-1. Chacunte. How about it?
Chacunte. Here's Pee Wee looking for Charlie and not getting him. And for Chacunte, his second goal of the season. And there's a young player, but guess where he had a little bit of limited time last year? Dallas, as we see Mitchell Cardenas. One of the only ex-Outlaws now. We've got an Outlaw down behind the play.
Behind the play is Sebastian Mendez,
who
went to
was
the ground
down earlier.
He went to the ground clutching his face this time. I'm talking about a forearm or an elbow that was dished out. He and Brandon Escoto had a brief argument that never got all too heated, and Mendez is all good to go. Worse for wear. Back to business. 2-1 lead for Mesquite, so no more following that script. Still following as far as the Sockers' scoring struggles go, but at least a different path.
And there's Mendez called for an off-ball foul and furious.
That's just the Sockers bench, right in front of the bench.
Mendez, who does not have a captain's armband, has to avoid getting a yellow card here from Josh Wilkins. I think Wilkins gave him a lot of latitude. Pee-wee not happy. Mitchell not happy. Mitchell with a scolding point. And there goes Mendez crossing to the bench. And things are getting a little bit spicier, and I like it. And this is the first time, of course, that the Sockers have trailed this year.
Challenge flag
at home.
Challenge flag out from the Sockers bench, and it's a claim, some sort of forearm or elbow swing, and that's what got the anger from the Sockers bench that we were.
Well, the foul was called, so that means they can challenge to see if it should be elevated to a card level. And now our TVX video crew will see what they've got to confirm or deny.
Is this too early to throw this challenge flag? I mean, the benefit would be a man advantage,
right,
chance to tie the game. Can't help but wonder if there's going to be something more important later at a more critical juncture of this game.
Well, this
they're going for it now.
That couldn't be it, right? Because that's, here we go. There, the swing by Mendez there is what they're talking about.
That was it. So about 5 seconds prior there.
Yeah. You see, right here it comes.
A little bit before.
No, before that.
We're going to go back.
We need to get to. Here it is.
About there it is.
Right
so
there.
watch
there's two.
Gutierrez.
There's two actually.
There it is. So we'll play it from right here, guys.
Yeah.
Here we go. So we'll watch. Great job from our crew getting us to this point. You see Mendez on the ball right here. Gutierrez squaring him up. Pass comes off. Watch the top of your screen right there.
Both guys exchange a shove. There's a swing.
And then they're calling that. That's the claim of a punch. I'm not buying it. I'm not having it. I think this is.
Let's see if Josh Wilkins is having it.
It's one of those letter of the law.
Has had it.
It's so not an ejection, not swinging a punch, but some form of whatever the official rule
I
book
think what they're really
definition.
looking at there, and this could be another one that is on Friday's MASL Under Review with Ryan Sigich. Of course, by the way, for those who tuned in last week, Ryan admitting on MASL Under Review it should have been a shootout when Uzi got pulled down by Guerrero Pino, and I think we both agreed with that up here.
I think I agreed with that. I think you eventually came to terms with that.
Once you watch the replay, right? Segu is furious here. But in this case, you're really talking about intent. Sebastian Mendez extended his arm intending to take a swing at Gutierrez. Whether or not it directly connected, the intent was revealed by video.
Connect at all. I feel like what really did Mendez in was the location of said crime. I think if it had been almost anywhere else on the field, he's still out there and there's no blue card.
Well,
and I don't even think there's a challenge flag thrown if that's anywhere else on the field. The fact that it was right in front of the Sockers bench was just asking for trouble. And so now, is this a good challenge if they score on the power play? Very much so.
Puts some chips in the pot. The poker chip is in. Can the Sockers score on their first man advantage? Tavoy tried to roll it back post to Escoto, and Boyle was there to intercept. First power play for San Diego tonight, and they're 1 for 4 right now, having scored their first one of the year. They are 12th in the league in power play. Last year, 60% the Sockers on the man advantage to lead the league. Charlie. Mesquite is 2 for 2 killing penalties. Probably not a surprise for the Outlaws. It's Escoto in the corner to Leo. Tavoy's the man in the middle.
And this is the 5 I was talking about. I love when these 5 are on the field together.
It's Childs, little hip fake. Charlie, front and center.
Childs out there yelling at everybody, keep the ball moving.
Halfway through the power play. Leo tried to cut it through traffic. Now he's going to turn his man. We saw the same thing. It's Brandon keeping the ball moving. Charlie had to reach out to drag it. Now he's got his foot on the ball where he's most dangerous. Childs to Charlie. Childs. Leo. 41 seconds on the power play. Charlie could go any direction, anytime. Same as Leo, and they're up top. Tavoy's just looking for that one touch he needs, whether it's forceful or graceful. Leo and Childs. Back post, Escoto called for it. Escoto chests it down. Escoto keeps it going. And in fact, an errant touch.
20 seconds here.
Yeah, Sockers need to get a chance on.
This elapsed quickly.
Well done by Mesquite. They've kept their shape the whole time. Just 11 seconds on the power play. Crossing Escoto. Ooh, that looked like a handball. Can't review that.
That's it.
Pardo, that's going to be it. 3 seconds. Of course, the secondary attack could still be on with Childs off the wall. A Tavoy shot blocked. And the power play is over.
That was a great penalty kill from Mesquite.
Well done.
Everything we talked about in that first quarter, and what I was talking about seeing pregame with this team, that was it on full display right there.
Here's Mendez. Oh, he wants to be the man too. And then he'll go down in the corner, and Leo bumped him down. And that'll set up a great corner kick chance for the Outlaws.
Yeah, this ain't just some early season surprise. I'm telling you, I like the way this team carries themselves, a sense of organization. That last penalty kill, you really saw, and that's as much playing on display as coaching on display right there. The way that the ease with which it seemed like they killed off 2 minutes down a man right there.
Well, interesting, just kind of glancing at the chat on MASL_soccer here. A lot of people disagreed with the review, and a lot of folks, I think, saying ball don't lie. And I understand. I understand that very much. Here's Guerrero Pino, who was the man Axel Chacunte was able to beat for the goal. He's looking to rev things up here for San Diego. Tavoy from Leo. Tavoy turning, shooting. Great save, Pollo.
Good shot, good save. Quality stuff all around.
Eduardo Pollo Cortez came into tonight 3-0, 2.33 goals against, 48 for 55 on saves, an .873 percentage. He led the league last year, but he did it in many fewer matches than Pardo. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez down the middle, lays it left side, maybe just an inch soft. Then Felipe fires it wide. Pino keeps the attack alive. Into the corner, Jurado lost it along the wall. Felipe took it back. Felipe, foot on the ball, smartly brings it back around the bench. Tavoy freshly on the floor. As we count down to halfway through this quarter, well, 8 minutes done, under 7 now. Next out of play or stoppage would be the official timeout. Here's Urado. Ooh! Urado dispossessed on the wall by a slide tackle there from Aguirre, who's having a great match, draws the foul.
You know, it's one of those things where everybody's got passion, everybody's got enthusiasm and intensity, which makes it all the more amazing when you can really see it from someone. And that's what I'm seeing tonight from Emmanuel Aguirre. I'm not questioning anybody else's passion, but he wants this one a little bit more.
He wants
than
it
everybody.
a lot. Oh, this came down to Lee. Lee, second chance. And with a back heel flick attempt was Morales. Now that one again. Lee dives it out of play and takes us to timeout. You're watching the MASL on Twitch. You're watching the San Diego Sockers. We're thankful that you do. And we're going to be back with more second quarter action right here on Twitch. Sockers Overtime. It's the weekly podcast covering the Sockers and the MASL, airing live Tuesdays at 5 o'clock on our Twitch channel at San Diego Sockers. Join myself and Jerry Jimenez for the latest game recaps, previews, MASL news, and interviews. You can watch the show live, catch our replay on our YouTube channel at San Diego Sockers, or listen to the audio podcast, which you can subscribe to on any major platform or just within your phone's podcast app. Subscribe to Sockers Overtime. Smash that like button. Subscribe, follow our channel here on Twitch, where this afternoon we aired the MASL 2 match between San Diego Sockers 2 and Empire Jets, with our guys Tony and Chiva on the call. English language this time. It was an Empire Jets 4-2 win over Sockers 2. What was really of note in that match, Nate, was Mohamed Ndiaye, who started for the Strikers last week, and started Friday night in their loss, was left off the trip. He was sent down to play for the Jets on a Sunday afternoon, as opposed to making the trip to Dallas, where Empire got their first win of the year, beating Dallas 9-6. So Ndiaye, who was looking like a player sent down from the big leagues and scoring and, looking frustrated and taking it out on his opponent, helped Empire Jets to the win today, 4-2. The wing out from Pardo to Morgan. Sockers.
Cowboy.
Lovely. It is Charlie off the wall. Back to Leo. He nails the joint of post and crossbar. And the Sockers near miss machine is humming early in the season once again. How many years have we seen it, Nate, where there's like 2 or 3 matches where they're just always a little off, and then they find that range, and the rest is history. This one rolls wide of Pardo, but still alive. Mendez holds off Pee-wee and keeps the ball alive for Mesquite Outlaws. They are rooting and tooting and looking to escape here. Some Banditos with 3 more points. Axel Chacunte is looking to continue to make a name for himself in the league. Cardenas holds him off this time and allows Pardo to scoop it up. Looking for the quick distribution. Didn't have anyone.
What a goal that was from Chacunte
Really
a few minutes ago.
Really good.
The difference in this game as it stands right now.
And Aguirre, the steal and run, was very good. Giles was hoping that ball would go over the shoulder of his defender. Instead, Macias held him off. That's Eric Macias, ex of Dallas, but makes his home in Mesquite. That's Darren Mitchell, ex of Dallas, to former Dallas sidekick Luis Morales.
I already had all my exes live in Texas stuck in my head going into tonight. You keep going at this rate, Craig Elston. Just give me a Dallas Alice or something. Come on.
Steven Gonzalez now touches the ball. And former sidekick Lee off the wall, off the chest of George DeLeon, ex of the Fury. And as he rolls and calls for discomfort, a blue card is out on Mesquite.
It's a frustration play. It's a frustration foul. They thought they should have gotten the call seconds prior. And Brendan Lee, most certainly, him flying into this challenge looking to draw a whistle and stop play. Most certain. He picks Felipe out. Goes straight into it. It's not, on second look, it's not as bad as it looked in real time.
Into the boards, though. That's the one thing. And when a player's off balance into the boards, that's usually when boarding's called.
And that's a danger. That's a perfect point. It's always considered a dangerous play for understandable reasons. By the book. Don't have to wait till Friday. Certainly the blue card offense.
Let's see if the Sockers have a better answer on their second power play of the night. That same Voltron 5 out there. Leo had that pass deflected. So far, we've seen that multiple times from Leo tonight. Pass master, just slightly off his range. Let's see when he'll connect with some Leo magic. It's Escoto with that classic hip fake we've seen so many times. Leo on the charge. He will shoot just wide. Childs brings down the rebound with 30 off the penalty. A minute 23 remaining. This will count down to either 2:47 or a Childs goal potentially. He shoots it up into the high net. Mesquite with 2 goals in this quarter early at 1:19 and 3:39. Since then, boy, they've got the lead and they're doing a great job protecting it. Trying to rag some time off here. In the corner, Pablo with Macias. Macias, and this is going to be a fourth pass that connects, and it's Morales. And Morales has a runner, but he had his head down, making sure to protect, and that allowed Escoto to come in, steal the ball, and prevented what could have been a shorthanded wing attack. There's 54 seconds left in the Sockers' man advantage. 3:38 on a running second quarter, first half game clock. Childs to Void. Morgan shut out last match after a hat trick in Ontario in his opener against Empire Strikers. Here's Charlie. Leo and Escoto back in their frame, but they got to be moving around. It's Leo and it's Charlie, and that's what's missing right now in this Sockers power play is movement off the ball. It's not there. And that's why they didn't score, and that's why they're looking for an individual moment to score right now.
Yeah, and Craig Childs, a prior power play, saw him barking at the teammates saying, keep the passing crisp. Well, the passing's been crisp, but as you spotlighted, there's been no one really moving off the ball.
That's where indoor artistry happens.
Especially on the power play. That's why it's one of the most aesthetically pleasing parts of the game.
Chacunte is going to try and make something out of nothing. He took some more time off. Just 10 seconds left on the power play here, and under 3 to go in the half.
One more rush.
It's Charlie looking around. Everyone's just waiting to be passed the ball. Here we go. It's Escoto. Escoto to the right foot. Shot blocked by Chacunte, who is fired up as the penalty is killed by the Outlaws again. Man, dag nabbit. These Outlaws stealing the thunder at Pechanga Arena, San Diego.
Who are these guys?
Cardenas to Leo. Mitchell Cardenas and back to Felipe. Wondering if Captain America should pop up and say, I understood that reference. Here's Escoto. Escoto.
Let me know on Twitch if you got it.
Little indoor pinball here for Brandon Escoto between his own legs. In a double team. And Macias took him off the ball, but then Mitchell Cardenas is there. He'll shoot! Save Pollo.
Save Pollo to the side as well. That was big.
Cardenas in the air. Kept the ball in play. Back the other way. Leo. Leo's been out there for a minute. Minute 53 left in the second quarter. Boy, this crowd filled in as well nicely. And I know it's one of those things, but the north side is completely full. Like almost completely packed on this side. The camera side has maybe half that. Here's Morales. Morales stepping over. Morales sees Felipe run in on a daring challenge. Then Morales shoots and it's saved by Pardo. And he's got his own rebound with under 90 seconds to play in the second quarter. Leo on the run. Leo with a little bit of a burst. He's got Felipe making a hard run on right wing. Tried to feed him the ball and was blocked by Robles. Now it's down to Rojo. Rojo is out there on the left mid boards. Guerrero Pino. And Brandon Escoto. Juras has some space. Off the wall, pass to himself. That one's behind Pollo, and he spins around and whips it out.
Away.
Back to Charlie. Charlie lines it up safe. Rebound off the wall. Charlie keeps it alive. Magic minute. Saved again. Pollo. Está muy caliente.
Wow. The whole team effort.
Rojo off the wall, looking for Charlie.
Clearance off the line, I think, from Aguirre moments ago that was huge in that sequence for Mesquite.
And now Pino sees a man into him. It's Brendan Lee. 30 seconds in the half. Lee taken off the ball by Pino.
Well done, Guerrero.
And then Escoto got run off by Robles.
Pino was so disappointed watching Escoto give that one away after everything he did to win it back for San Diego.
Giles chests it down. One chance maybe. Rojo wants to make it happen. He's taken out by Robles, who's had a great last minute. That could have been a handball. Nonetheless, it's back to Mendez. 6 seconds. Mendez steps and fires. Just missed. 2-1 Mesquite. They've got the lead after 30 minutes at Pechanga Arena. I think they're making fans out of a lot of neutrals, and I mean a lot of neutrals, in the Major Arena Soccer League right now. 30 minutes complete from San Diego, and Nate and the Outlaws got a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, organized, tight, stingy defensively, taking their chances when they get them in attack. I mean, it's been a well-drilled unit doing their thing. A few words exchanged between a couple of Soccer's players and a couple of Outlaws players as they head to their respective dressing rooms. But a well-played half from the visitors. Absolutely.
And as acrimony ends, Santa runs on the field to lighten the mood a little bit on the floor. We'll see of what mind the man who received a team ball prior to the match for his 200th win in the Major Arena Soccer League, the incomparable 6-time champion head coach Phil Salvaggio is standing by down on the floor with Melissa May.
Coach, the Mesquite Outlaws are young, fast, and a lot of them have a lot of futsal experience. How do you contain them in the second half?
You know, we're doing all right. We just got to do a better job of finishing. You know, we're getting our chances, and we got to work back defensively. The defense has been a struggle.
Power plays have also been a struggle. Adjustments on that part?
Oh, yes.
Coach, happy holidays. Thanks so much. Craig, Nate, back to you.
Phil Salvaggio, 241-2 in his career. 241-2. 132-29-2 in the MASL. And he doesn't care about any of that right now. Mesquite's got a 2-1 lead. And we are at the half. MASL at the half with Alex Bastavinsky coming up, followed by a clip from Soccer's Overtime in our show with guest Tavoy Morgan. We'll have the highlights, and we'll have Nate's play-by-play in the third quarter. You're watching the MASL Western Conference Match of the Week right here on Twitch.
Here at Front Wave, our members are built different. They don't just talk of success. They roll up their sleeves and get it done. And with serious value on banking, lending, saving, planning, Front Wave is right there with you. So dream big. We gotcha.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco. Next level performance. Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the Philippines in life.
Shoot! He scores! Goal!
This is MASL at the half. What's up, everyone? I'm Alex Bachevansky. Great to see you again. Hope you're loving the game so far. Here's a look at what's going on in the MASL.
Felipe right across the shield. Felipe, fourth touch, sends Escoto. Left wing, measures, cuts to the right, shoots and scores! Churras!
Brandon Escoto and the two-time defending champion San Diego Sockers kicked off their campaign last weekend with a doubleheader against Empire. They got their championship rings and sent the home crowd home happy in Game 2.
Game that won't end. Will Serta end it? Here comes Cesar Serta. Cesar Serta score! He ends it! And he sent the Sockers home happy! El Capitan, Cesar Serta!
The overtime winner, and that game marked a milestone for Sockers head coach Phil Salvaggio. It was his 200th win as head coach for San Diego. Phil has been instrumental to the Sockers' success over the years and boasts an all-time record of 242-1. Congrats, Phil. The Florida Tropics kicked off their season last weekend in Baltimore against the Blast. Drew Ruggles had a monster game for the visitors, picking up a hat trick. Lucas Roque continued his ridiculously good play for Baltimore, scoring 4 times. However, it was last year's MASL finalists coming out on top with the 7-6 win. 2 more teams making their debut last weekend were Chihuahua and Dallas, and the Savage weren't very kind to their hosts. Enrique Cañez started with a bang, picking up a hat trick and leading the Mexican squad to a 9-6 win over Big D in their opener. Milwaukee kicked off their campaign with 2 games last weekend. First against St. Louis, Ian Bennett had 3 goals, of course. Andre Hain, 4 points himself, and new acquisition William Banahany made 17 saves as the Wave won their opener. The next day, though, on the road in Kansas City, however, the contest went into overtime.
Neto to Sosa. Penalties over. Lawal comes back in. Sosa with a drive! It's a game winner! Comets win! 4-3 in overtime. Lucas Souza, the hero!
What a strike by Souza. More game results from last week. Utica City taking down Harrisburg 4-3. KC falling to Mesquite the day before that overtime win over Milwaukee. Also Monterey big time over Tacoma 10-3, and Utica City again over Harrisburg. And of course the one other result we told you about, San Diego doubling up Empire in their second game that weekend 2-1. Players of the week were announced. Boris Pardo, the reigning goalkeeper of the year, is your defensive player of the week. He got 2 wins, of course, versus Empire, as we discussed, and the second one allowing just a single goal against the high-powered Strikers offense. And Ian Bennett, 2-time defending MVP, picks up the Offensive Player of the Week award. Who's going to stop ID26 this season? 4 goals in 2 games last week for the Milwaukee Wave, who are looking to get back on top again this season. Upcoming games, not many, just Baltimore and Florida. 2 dandies, though, taking place in Lakeland, Florida this upcoming weekend. And always remember that if you can't be there in the stands, be sure to check out the games live on Twitch. Enjoy the rest of the contest, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Let's welcome in our special guest. He's been waiting patiently. He doesn't usually have to wait long to score. He scored in the second minute of the season and had a hat trick to celebrate match 1. He is the MASL Elite 6 forward. Tavoy Morgan is our special guest here on episode 5 of Soccer's Overtime. Tavoy, it's your old pals Craig and Jerry here with you. Thank you so much, man, for your time this evening.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you for having me.
First thing first, man, you had a day of recovery yesterday. Back-to-back matches to start the season. Not easy on the body, my friend. How are you feeling?
I feel all right. Happy with both performance. As you know, the second game was a little bit more tougher on our body, but we still keep up in the defense and to get that victory in the overtime.
Yeah, I see your rings there, Taboy. Nice. Sporting your 2 rings. I just had to point that out. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So what a fantastic, weekend for you. I know specifically on Saturday, man, we were all just screaming hat trick and so excited for that. How did that feel when first hat trick of the season, hopefully many more. But then the way that you went about it too. How did that feel, and kind of walk us through what that was like?
It was a great feeling to get my first hat trick of the season. But it's all start off with my teammates. We all communicate, we all have the vibes on the buses, going to the game, in the locker room. It's all start from there. And the warm-up, we warm up, we have the vibes. So going into that game, we have to score goals and stay strong on the defense.
One of the things that we're always talking about is how important this team mesh is. Like, what happens on the field actually matters. It matters how well you guys get along. And one of those friendships that I've seen that is just growing, and we talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the show, is your connection with Leo and what you guys can do together. How has that grown, and how is it? Tell us, first of all, what is it about you two that meshes so well in your game, and how it is that you guys manage to do what you do?
I mean, since I came here, I like Leo's style of playing, Escoto, and Serda, a lot of guys, but Leo is more, like a pass master, as you can see. So he's always looking for me. I can finish, so, and he live right next to me. So we always talking about the games, different stuff. So that connection is just right there. As Craig always say, the Jamaican flavor, the Brazilian flavor, it's just kind of right there,
Yeah, you got the green, you got the yellow, right? You share some colors.
Just the black and blue is the only different color, really. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. And you said it. You guys live next to each other. I always see you. You guys are inseparable. And I just always see you guys, whether you're teasing one another or you're laughing and goofing off, making jokes. It just feels like you two in particular, it almost seems brotherly, like the kind of connection you have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that, we're trying to, I know we don't really speak much English, but we still try communicate as much. We drive to practice every day together. We do a lot of stuff together. We go shopping together, so it's that brother love, So on the field, it's the same, We're always looking for each other. We're trying to build that band on the field, So every time we go up against a team, they just got to expect, And we have all-round players that can play all around. So it's going to hard to stop, but we're trying to build this rhythm going in, That's what we need, the rhythm.
Penalty's over. Lawal comes back in. Sosa with a drive! It's a game winner! Comets win! What a brilliant goal by Lucas Souza.
Oh, what a conversion there! Andre Haynes with his second of the night.
But watch Haynes go up in the air and hit a side volley.
Watch this absolute laser beam from Blas Perez, the Panamanian bomber, we should call him. Just a simple layoff. He's on his toes, touch, boom. What a hit.
It was Rosas who just punished that ball. Waltman, I don't think he heard it till it was whizzing past his ear in the back of the net.
Boston will get a little bit more offensive.
Oh, boy! Roque! What a shot!
Gives him a little wiggle, like you call it, and gets a shot off. Nice right foot blast to the far post.
Power play. Shot! Charlie Golasso! Charlie Gonzalez finding the back of the net.
He puts his foot atop that ball. You have no idea which direction he's going. Gets it on his left foot, finds that top corner. Nothing DeLima can do about it.
And a break coming the other way. Score!
Milton D'Andrade!
Golazo from Milton D'Andrade. What a goal there. Running through the middle, taking advantage of the defender getting subbed off.
Down the 2-on-1. Not good. Got to get back. And that's an easy goal for the Savage, Edgar Gonzalez, knocking his first goal of the season.
One touch, goal.
Rookie of the Year potential candidate Gabriel Costa. He is certainly the rookie to look out for on this Empire Strikers team from way downtown. He takes this one. Looks like he side foots it with a little curve on it.
It is halftime, and time for the halftime highlights as Mesquite leads San Diego 2-1, courtesy of our TVX crew and courtesy of Mark Lyon. It's Pollo Ruiz, and here was good off-ball movement. Leo, the shot by Pollo, the save, but Craig Childs free on the back post to knock it home for his first goal of the season. The sock toss goal triggered the flurry of charitable donations to San Diego Rescue Mission and Crisis House. But then ex-soccer Emmanuel Aguirre has his revenge, stepping to the middle and surprising Pardo, who couldn't believe that he let this one go. Axel Chacunte then steps on the ball and steps right past. Beautiful move on a great defender, Guerrero Pino, to make it a 2-1 score. And then the video review, Phil Salvaggio has used his challenge for the night. He used it to get a power play. However, the Sockers went 0 for 2 on the power play. They have now failed to score in 6 straight power plays, but of course Eduardo Pollo Cortez had a lot to do with that. You see consecutive saves there on the man advantage for Pollo Cortez. I will just say to all of our great fans who go to MASLsoccer.com and maybe pull up the stats alongside, bear with us on the stats. We're training new personnel, and they had Pollo listed for 2 saves for the half. And it just like in the math didn't add up. And like, so it's a bit of an abstract painting over there. I think it'll get a lot clearer as we get a lot closer to, like tomorrow. We welcome everybody here watching the MASL on Twitch, the new home of every major Arena Soccer League match, and we welcome everyone who is in the chat as well. I'll be doing my best to keep an eye and maybe some flying fingers over there, but it's ready, set, go for the start of the third quarter as the San Diego Sockers, clad in those beautiful retro blues, are looking to get the offense going. Just 2 goals last match, and 1 going into golden goal overtime. That won't do tonight. They need more, and Mesquite, under the guidance of Tattoo and Sagu, looking to go to 4-0 and really make a name for themselves in the MASL Western Conference. Craig Elston with Melissa May and our TVX video crew with third quarter play-by-play. Here's Nate Alvarez.
We got Tattoo, we got Sagu. How are you? Mesquite, they got 2. Sockers, they only have 1. They had 1 in the entire first half the last time we were in this building. It stayed at 1 all the way until sudden death overtime. And the Sockers change the tune early on. Simon. Goal! San Diego. 1 goal in the entirety of the opening 30 minutes, and it takes the Sockers 19 seconds to double up and tie this game at 2. Who's going to get credit for the goal? Craig Elston, you tell me.
We're going to see Felipe following up his own shot.
Oh.
And, it's the goal poacher. It's the goal poacher, Cristian Gutierrez, who has that goal. Felipe still gets the point on the assist, but 100% that was going in. And Cristian said, well, for sure it's going in now.
And some confusion as far as the ongoing sock toss that's taking place here. Sockers fans.
Yeah, an appropriate advisory from Callan McClurg to remind them that you can't keep doing it. Like, if you had some extras, donate them quietly on your way out at the merchandise stand, please.
19 seconds into the third quarter, it's 2-2. How about it? And we'll see who officially gets credit for this thing. There you go. How about that? Felipe Gonzalez does most all of the work. He takes the first chance, got the second bite at the cherry, blasted a shot low and hard to the far post that was bound for the goal. In fact, some may argue it was already into the goal.
It's at least halfway in, but the ball has to go all the way in.
We've seen that time and time again.
That's Brainer House.
We've seen that in the Major Arena Soccer League. We've seen that in the World Cup. We've seen it everywhere in between. Christian Gutierrez with a goal that counts just the same, scored from at most a quarter of a yard out. 1 minute has elapsed. An action-packed opening minute to this third quarter in San Diego. Again, Nate Abarea and Craig Elston with you. Brilliant TVX crew, Melissa May down on the touchline. Hope you're enjoying this thing wherever and however you're watching. Shout out to everybody keeping the chat lively, friendly but lively on Twitch. Everybody's enjoying the game, whether you're back in the state of Texas, out in Mesquite, somewhere here in the Golden State, perhaps just south of the border, down in Tijuana. So much great Tijuanense representation within this soccer's team for so many years. Great, always love spotlighting it. It's a great diverse international makeup to both rosters this evening. You love the Tijuana and San Diego flavor, the localization of the soccer's team. Mesquite, much to the same tune. Many proud Texans, Dallas natives, and also we have other nations represented out there. Local flavor, international flavor on a Sunday night in San Diego as we approach proper holiday season time. Season's greetings to everybody, whatever you may be celebrating around this time of year.
Really impressed with this young man in the back, Steven Gonzalez, 25 years old, out of Red Oak, just finished his shift, but he went 1v1 with Tavoy and took care of him very easily.
I heard you talking about him, and he made beeline straight for the bench. Here's Gonzalez.
Still shy like that.
Here's Gonzalez to Cerda. Gonzalez. Here's Gonzalez. It's still Gonzalez. The shot goes just wide. Felipe scuffed in the end. Had a great run. Now he's still over there battling for it. Makes a great pass on the ground to Christian Gutierrez. Tijuana to Tijuana. In that case, from Gutierrez to Escoto. And Escoto kind of shoveled the shot and put it up over the red bar. 3 minutes have elapsed here in the third quarter. Sockers have gotten the monkey off the back as far as only scoring one in a 60-minute regulation. That's the story. Last time we were in this building, the home opener, as Escoto is going to draw the foul. David Ortiz, not to be confused with the Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, the Mesquite Outlaw David Ortiz, thought maybe he was fouled. You see on the replay here, went both ways.
Yeah.
Well, certainly one of those 50-50 calls went in favor of Escoto. The Sockers in a tie game here. Ball was just drifting further and further back, and now eventually Mesquite get it back themselves. And the red and, are they black? Vertical stripes?
It's navy blue.
Some sort of
dark navy.
Some sort of dark tone. It's a fine uniform, if I may say myself.
Yeah, because they have a dark blue variant.
And certainly not to be outdone by the classic blue and gold with the Sockers lateral print in gold across the front. The Sockers in blue attacking from right to left on your screens on Twitch here in this third quarter. Mesquite in red with the dark navy blue vertical stripes on the tops, attacking from left to right on your screens here.
You know, hero ball is great, Nate, but this Mesquite defense is designed to defend it. And that's where I think we've seen the Sockers, when they get teammates involved, so much more effective. Right there, Gutierrez, when he won the ball in a lovely steal, he had Charlie right in the middle of the field. And instead lost it on the wing, continuing his own play.
Here comes Mesquite. Haven't heard too much from the visitors in attack here early on in this third quarter. It's been all Sockers. They've got one goal to show for it. Pee-wee drives forward. This one is almost going to trickle over to the right side of Christian Gutierrez, but the pass just didn't come off there from Charlie Gonzalez.
But the idea right there is exactly right. Get that ball to Charlie. He's making the run down the center lane. It just spun on him a little bit.
5 down, 10 to go here in the third. 2-all. Fun game. Two very well-coached, drilled units out there.
Handball delayed call, Samantha Martinez. MASL Monday is back with a familiar face. Join Alex Pastervansky and special guests each week to recap the weekend's game and keep up to date on the latest news. It's a YouTube show, MASL Monday. Want free mobile service for life? What? Download the Quintus app today and use promo code MASL.
Rojo, still Rojo. With the toe, this one almost creeps in off those lovely pink boots of Craig Childs. Captain back out there for San Diego. He opened the scoring. Got the sock toss underway tonight. Now here come Mesquite. Here's a rebound. Here's a goal. And look who it is. It's Axel Chacunte again for the lead. Mesquite with a 3-2 advantage with 9:27 left here in the third quarter. He's got a brace. Chacunte with another fine finish for the visitors from Texas.
And it was generated off of an unfortunate touch from Gerardo Jurado, who could not control, and then as Escoto tried to back it, he actually created the offense. So I'll take that back. It's Escoto with an ill-advised pass, and he basically set up an immediate 1-2.
Escoto back to Cerda. Sockers trail again. They trailed 2-1 at the start of this half. Tavoy Morgan turns and fires. The shot was saved by Poyo. Eduardo Cortez. Already having a heck of a game. The start to the season. Both of these teams have had, as far as the records go, great starts to their respective campaigns. Both unbeaten. Someone will have a loss to their name. All is said and done tonight. A little early season Wild West showdown. And the San Diego Sockers visiting Mesquite Outlaws. It's been team defense, organization, and taking chances when they come. Classic philosophy from Mesquite. The Sockers, I know they haven't played their best early on this season. Still got a lot of room for improvement, the ceiling quite high. Especially when it comes to scoring and creating beautiful artistic moments in attack that lead to goals for San Diego. This little pile up in the corner led to a foul against the retro blue-clad home side.
And it was Giles down first, and then Morales taken down from the floor. And Morales is up eventually and back to the bench, but he stayed down for a good period of time. Pablo's shouting at Escoto, and now they've used Poyo's touch. There's the good pressure turnover, Nate.
Good high press from San Diego. Here's Cesar Cerda. Cerda drive. Shot goes just wide. Gonzalez shoots. Everything behind it with the save from Cortez. Strong positioning. This one's going to be delay a game. Top of the arc chance for San Diego.
And maybe a chance for San Diego to come up with something to knot this one up. Poyo Cortez just has so much confidence with his hands right now. He's punching with the best of them. But that was what the Sockers want to do. Pressure turns into a turnover, turns into a chance.
Talked about singing the praises of this five-man unit all night. What can they come up with here? How about that? Craig Childs. 3-all, 8-12 left in the third quarter. Goal! San Diego. Que golazo. The captain with a thing of beauty. Bodies moving all around. Childs says they're all a bunch of talented decoys in this scenario. Knew exactly what he was doing. Upper V, picks the top corner, and nothing even with the form that he's in. Poyo Cortez could do. Tie game, 3-3.
He rippled the seam of the right corner net. Literal perfection from the all-time Sockers leading scorer.
There it was, the group I've been praising so highly tonight that has failed to score on both of their power play opportunities. There it is. There you go. Just let the captain do his thing. That's a good ball here for Mesquite. Boris is out of his area. Precarious situation for Boris Pardo. There's a nice save from Boris Pardo.
Yes, sir.
And the Sockers clear this one out of play. It'll be a restart from the side after we head to the mandatory. 7:41 left in the third quarter. As we just said, 3-3. Quite a game. We'll be back with more right here on Twitch. Stay tuned. Welcome back inside Pechanga Arena, San Diego. That last save from Boris Pardo, keeping the Sockers level at 3. Action-packed third quarter. Sockers trailed 2-1 at the beginning of it. Halfway through it, they've got a 2-1 advantage in this quarter. 3-3 on the night. It was Childs opening the scoring way back early on in the first quarter. Aguirre and Chicunte, the goals in the second quarter for the visiting Mesquite Outlaws. Gutierrez with a goal from a few inches out. All the hard work done by Felipe Gonzalez. Gutierrez with all the glory brought it to 2-2. Chicunte with his second of the night in this third quarter. With his side the lead again. Another go-ahead goal for the Cameroonian. And then Childs got his brace with a fine free kick finish. Brings us to where we stand right now. 7:41 left here in the third quarter.
I'll tell
San
you
Diego
what,
3, Mesquite 3.
The tone in the chat definitely changed. There were a lot of people having a lot of fun ragging on the Sockers when they fell behind, and then we're seeing Cheeky, Galasso, Childs channeling Messi, and more on that beautiful PK goal.
Or perhaps channeling the young prince, Kylian Mbappe, score a hat trick in a World Cup final and come out a loser.
Unbelievable.
One of the great performances of all time. Shout out to everybody who enjoyed all around the world, wherever you're watching. Talk about the global football community. We start the day 7 in the morning here in California with the World Cup final for the ages. We wrap it up with Futbol Rapido. Fun arena matchup between two quality sides here on a Sunday night in SD. It's been a day of football. Tavoy Morgan is doing gymnastics.
Tumbling. Dual tumbling.
That was almost a synchronized tumble. I want to see this again.
And I tumble, and you tumble.
I'll tumble for you. My goodness. Tavoy always talks about the dance moves. I don't know if that qualifies, but 9.5 out of 10 for both players there. Quality. Under 7 minutes remaining. A tie game, a treat of a game, a well-played game from both sides. Sockers, who talked about the ceiling where they're at, the high ceiling. So a lot of room for improvement. As far as if you're a neutral watching this game or a supporter of either side, you got to say, it's been both teams showing the utmost professionalism, giving some quality.
Play on.
And lo and behold, two unbeaten teams who've been two of the hotter teams to start the season in the MASL. Deadlocked at 3. Approach 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Nate Abarea, Craig Elston, coming to you live from here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. We like to call the Grand Old Arena.
My buddy Eric Bergrud in KC notes, answering your first quarter question. Now we are even up with Argentina and France with 6 total goals. And a guarantee of another.
Are we destined for a penalty shootout? I think not.
No.
I think we have another goal in store. Possibly in this third quarter. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. The ageless one, Pablo da Silva. Back to one of the most informed goalies in the land.
Look at
Eduardo Pollo Cortez. Another informed goalie, Boris Pardo, with a kick save and a butte. Informed player with 2 goals to his name, Axel Chicunte. Ends up getting the ball taken off him. Commits a foul seconds later.
Serta does really, really well there with stern defense, as did Pardo, because De Leon kept that shot low. Very surprising. The former Fury back with Mesquite, where he started his career, where he makes his family. Curado trying to redeem a bit.
Just a wee bit. Cardenas
So is Escota.
back on the field for San Diego. We'll see him on the ball here. 31 on his back. Run it all the time. Great history of football rapido in the north of Mexico. Here's Brandon Escoto. On his left foot, plays it to Childs. Shot is blocked. It's back with Pee-wee. Pee-wee puts the shot just wide. Escoto gives chase. Pollo says lines cleared.
Pablo da Silva with another block shot. He just did the Matumbo finger wag. Oh my God.
Class.
Let's
Absolute
go.
class. There is the aforementioned Mexico City native, Mitchell Cardenas. There's lots of... we'll get back to that in a moment. Is sensational. Axel Chacunte. Dribbling run of his own there.
Enjoy what I've seen.
Enjoyed what I've seen from a number of Mesquite players. They've got quality individual efforts in the bag. I think what has been the most noticeable, and I repeat what I brought up in the first quarter, from the moment that I saw them for the first time in the arena tonight, something a little bit different about these guys. Well
This young
coached.
man's impressing. Stefan Gonzalez.
Not only well coached, but you talk about Pablo da Silva and a few others, great veteran presence on the field. Assistant coaches who also kick the ball and block shots and score goals. You can't have enough of those. That was a foul, most certainly. No card offense, just a common foul.
Steven Chavez, like, who, me? Yeah, you.
Charlie, across the halfway line. Tavoy Morgan. Great feature on Tavoy Morgan, San Diego Soccer's YouTube channel. Also is up on Instagram and a few other places. Heading home, Spanish Town, Jamaica, talking all about his roots. How proud he is. Proud Jamaican. Opportunities that he's had to represent his country as a soccer player. Going back to the U17 national team. It always comes back home to family, the island of Jamaica, his hometown of Spanish Town. There's a rocket from Rojo, and it's off the crossbar. Rojo hits red for San Diego. Up against the boards as Escoto plays it back to Guerrero Pino. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Fun third quarter, plain and simple. Here's Rojo on the red line. Pino drives, blocked once, twice. Native of Trinidad and Tobago. Darren Mitchell sees that one clear. And visitors from Central Eastern Texas. Get on me, Gio. Get on me, Gio Club, in the Twitch chat. Rojo to the red line. Rojo pulls that one.
Speaking of chat.
Here's Escoto.
Hi, shout out to the Ledesma family supporting San Diego Soccer.
Coming up on 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Mitchell Cardenas to the side, and Charlie. Tavoy Morgan going to make his way back to the bench. Still haven't seen that feature in the Soccer's media department. Really fun stuff. Really enjoyed that.
Great stuff. And thanks to Justice Parman and thanks to the players. And we've got more. January 8th will debut Cesar Cerda.
It's something that I've been vocal about, passionate about for almost 6 years that I've had the privilege of working with this team. It's the world's game. It's on full display with Soccer's roster, and you love seeing players' hometowns, players' home countries get the spotlight they deserve. The places that made these guys. The Brazilian, Leonardo de Oliveira to Gonzalez. Great save from Pollo. Otra vez. How many times have we said that tonight? Eduardo Pollo Cortez. Sockers are going to get a big break here. This one's going to be top of the arc.
And this was all created, the chance by far post off-ball action. Runs by Felipe Gonzalez and Juan Manuel Rojo.
Childs takes quick. Oh, maybe a little too quick. Childs down to Escoto. Escoto, left foot. Struck it a little bit. Tavoy Morgan back on the pitch for San Diego. Back with Escoto now. The Sockers get the call their way. All ones on the scoreboard. Make a wish as we approach 1 minute remaining. Craig Childs with space to shoot. Always rising. And those pink boots to the neon green ball. Here's Leonardo de Oliveira. Good laces to it. Couldn't get it through traffic, but you know who's getting it past Pollo Cortez? It's Brandon Escoto. ¡Qué golazo! Goal! Escoto pummels that thing. Past Eduardo Cortez. 50 seconds left. The Sockers have got a 4-3 advantage, Greg.
How about that pass from Childs? The gentle cross. Escoto, the leaping celebration after the finish. Que golazo, indeed. And with menacing pace, Escoto, who has a goal in all 3 matches this year, and the Sockers back out on top. First Magic Minute goal at home for the Sockers this year. Sockers Magic at 14-10.
You love to see it. Sockers an early lead, courtesy of Craig Childs. Craig Childs has got 2 goals here this evening for San Diego. You could say Tijuana has got the other 2.
Pino, look out.
My goodness, Pino with the goalie out. Here's Gonzalez, goes to the floor, lands on the ball. Awkward one there. This might just be a situation where play stop, if drop balls, or a foul against Gonzalez. It's a peculiar one. Yeah, this might be a good old-fashioned drop ball here. Gonzalez, drop ball, fell on the ball. It is, and Gonzalez wins it. Back underway.
Drop balls are best.
You don't see them every day. There it was. Sockers perhaps content to see this thing out. To the 2 goals from San Diego. You could say from Poway, if you really want to be exact. Oh, awkward one there for Pollo Cortez. So those 2 goals from San Diego County, Craig Childs, the pride of Poway, and 2 proud Tijuanenses with the other 2 for San Diego. The last one, thing of beauty from Brandon Escoto Gutierrez with the goal that brought the score to 2-2. Checunte gave Mesquite the lead again at 3-2. 2 quick ones for San Diego before the 3rd quarter comes to a close. Sees the score where it stands right now. San Diego 4, the Mesquite Outlaws 3. 4th quarter upcoming. It's the MASL on Twitch. Don't go anywhere.
Great slide by Valdo, and Cameron Brown takes it away. Back to go. Oh, the swing and the miss. Oh, and there's the block and another shot.
Prima sends it in across, a shot, does not get in. A follow from Hoxie and a save by Coughlin. The good news is that sequence took less than 4 seconds. Harrisburg still has 42. Lava gets a shot off, and a heck of a save by McCauley. That was a rocket. Those are the kind of reflexes you need to play goalie in the indoor game, I'll tell you what.
Positive with SK. Clever move, a rip of a shot, loose in front. Baltimore thankful to evacuate.
They were from Alex Bradley, the British native out of Loras College in Dubuque. They work it off the inboard shot, save Nascimento!
And that was the save of the game for Paulo right there, as Alex Steinwasser was left unmarked right in the middle, and Paulo came up big that time.
On January 15th, the Kansas City Comets make their return to Pechanga Arena for the only meeting of the season between old MISL rivals. It's Soccer's Pets and Calendar Night. Fans arriving for the 5 p.m. kickoff will receive a new 2023 12-month calendar featuring photos of your Sockers and Sockers fans with their favorite pets. Plus, we'll have a pet adoption event on the concourse. Get your tickets for Soccer's Pets and Calendar Night on Sunday, January 15th by calling 866-799-GOAL or going to sdsoccers.com. Again, that's January 15th. San Diego Sockers hosting the Kansas City Comets. Nate Abarea, Melissa May down on the pitch, our fabulous TVX crew. Craig Elston alongside me, calling this one for you on Twitch. Hope you're enjoying the MASL on Twitch wherever you may be. You see those Western Division standings. Mesquite with 3 points from all 3 of their games. Got them at 9, got them atop. This is a great little early season showdown. I think you could make a little wager that these teams might see each other in a few months when the games get a little more important. I'm talking postseason, I'm talking Ron Newman Cup playoffs. So long way to go, but you see it right there. Monterrey certainly in the mix. Chihuahua's going to have something to say. Dallas trying to get off the schneid. Empire and Tacoma also with points in there as well. Craig Elston taking you the west of the way with the play-by-play. I'm Bugs Bunny. Over to you.
Be very, very quiet.
I'm Elmer Fudd. Over to you, Bugs.
I'm going to call this soccer
Thank you.
match.
Thank you.
Here is, that's 2 different voice acting things. You can contact me, CraigElston@gmail.com. Sebastian Mendez in a great run here. And then he skids to an knee and comes back up with possession, trying to draw the Outlaws back even, but Leo takes it away and through the legs. Forward come the Sockers. Leo, can he finish? He's got Christian back post blocked in between. Charlie tried to feed it down to Gutierrez, who comes crashing in to take it from Stefan Gonzalez for the moment. And then Axel Chacunte is the man who comes away. And with a burst, he gets past Serra. He comes up the southern wall, bangs it off the wall, and Serra says, yeah, don't worry, kid. I've been here more than once. I know exactly what you're going to try and do. Pee-wee now with the field open to him, and it's back and forth to start the 4th quarter with the Sockers up by 1. First minute has disappeared. Sockers scored 8 in their opener. They scored just the 2, including extra time last week here at home. Now 4-3. Now see if the Sockers can have that finishing touch in the 4th. Rojo loves to make that run on the left. Here he comes. Rojo stopped on the midboards. Now the carpet come up on him just a little bit. And back to it. To Childs. Keeps it moving. The Sockers need to keep it moving. You know, that great chance after, in between 3-3 and 4-3, came all because of off-ball movement. Here's Rojo. Rojo keeps it moving, keeps it crushing forward. And then he's dispossessed, and it's Ortiz. I'll make that Lee speeding his way out. It's Brendan Lee. Lee with another burst off the wall to himself. And he shot it wide.
Everything but the finish.
And then Rojo with a big-time error.
Just a mental lapse there from Rojo. And
that's a bad one.
Mesquite get a big opportunity for free there.
Don't forget, you can get all the info on the Major Arena Soccer League. Follow them at MASL Arena on Twitter, MASL Soccer on Instagram. Go to MASLsoccer.com. Pablo with a fake, and then the goal. It's Mendez to equalize on a lovely drawn-up top of the arc. Rojo's mistake is put into the back of the net. De Leon with the assist. We are knotted up at 4.
Yet again, how many times am I going to talk about coaching and a well-drilled machine with the Mesquite Outlaws? This is just straight off the training ground, and it goes through the legs of the man we call the assistant coach on the field. Pablo da Silva, perfect dummy, perfect little hesitation to give that extra little bit of space for young Sebastian Mendez, the 42-year-old with the illusion, with the dummy, so the 21-year-old slam it home to tie the game at 4. It's a brilliant goal from the visitors.
They said Macias on the floor for the assist. I thought it was De Leon, but I could be wrong, and it'll be subject to review. Here is Serra.
Well, really, the assist on the play goes from the guy who didn't touch the ball.
Right.
I mean, that was, the assist was the play from Pablo da Silva. It's not going to show up on any stat sheet, but anybody who knows anything about this game, that was brilliant stuff and full experience on display there.
And now, who has the next answer in this MASL Western Conference match of the week? 4-4, as fun as it can be. Escoto and the Sockers, again, they can do hero ball. That's one way to attack and break down a defense, but it's not the only way. Skipping shot card, and as Childs chests it down. Childs saw the ball drift from him. Macias, who's going to roll, drew the foul. I suspect he'll be okay.
It was a little
slack. He did get it.
A little bit of a nasty one, and there's a challenge flag out.
Oh, that could be
from
challenged up
Mesquite.
to a card. It could be.
And you could absolutely make a case that Childs kind of got away with one there. I don't think there was any real malice in it. It was just a little bit late. He came down with a step to the back of the ankle. of Macias, and this could very well be a power play at a critical juncture in this game. This has that kind of fork in the road feel right here.
Now remember, the MASL replay review rules for video review are as follows. Each coach gets one challenge. And there are, a set of things you can challenge for. One of them is to turn a foul to a card. That's what happened early in the match in the second quarter when the Sockers challenged their way to a power play that was unsuccessful. Now Tattoo is trying to do the same thing here to make this a cardable foul.
Another great look from our TVX crew right there.
Definitely the hand got up.
That's in the ballpark.
It's, and the last one was on a punch that didn't connect. This one is on a hand that did connect. What's the difference? I know there's going to be a lot of anger in the chat right now. What Josh Wilkins is ruling here is on intent. In Mendez's case, and now, of course, Tattoo, is not happy.
I was looking at that step there from Childs down on the ankle of Macias. That's what I was seeing on the replay.
Also, I just got a very understandable question. Like, that's triggered by great work by the arena replay crew, getting that up fast enough for Tattoo to see it before the play resumed.
So nothing comes of it.
No. Wow. Here's Gutierrez. Gutierrez is trying to bring in Rojo, and the ball just was about a foot wide of him to allow him to come right in on goal or shoot first time. 4-4, no power play. So now neither team has a review remaining. And again, I'm not trying to homer it on these calls, but I do think it's, oh, look at this. It's Leo. He just whistles it wide after some spectacular dribbling. I think it all comes down to intent. They're saying that Childs had no intent and that Mendez, when he swung, had intent. And it's not about contact versus no contact. It's about intent versus no intent.
You're looking at an arm of Childs on that replay. I was the entire time I was watching the challenge at the ankle of Macias. I'm not sure exactly what everyone was on the same page there.
That's also a good point. Yeah, I was absolutely looking at the arm and hand. And that's what Macias did. He held his head and rolled around. 10:38 in a tie match in the fourth quarter. And we're just providing like minutes of content for MASL under review. Leo, there's a great slide tackle by Emmanuel Aguirre, who's had a very good game for Mesquite. And now it's Chakute, speaking of having a great match. Spinning on the Kaiser Permanente logo. Gutierrez has to jump over the low bridge of Macias. Now it's Rojo. Rojo on the run. Rojo trying to cut it to Charlie. Ooh, Macias saw it run up his hand in the penalty area. Josh Wilkins watching all the way, said play on, no problem. Gutierrez chested down. Now it's Escoto. Escoto will turn and crank it high and over the net.
Just never get himself under control there. The penalty cries from the Sockers, half-hearted at best, I think. Would have been real harsh.
We want to thank some of our great sponsors, including architect Mark Lyon. See his award-winning designs at mdla.net. And as Cortez throws it out, also Natural Networks, award-winning IT company to support your technology needs. Natural Networks. Thank you. Under 10 to play, 50 complete here from San Diego. Oh, Serta just gives it to Pablo in the back. Trying to chase it down from there. Gutierrez along the southern wall. Now it's the run by Escoto. He's still alive. He shoots. The punch saved by Cortez. Staggered but stood. Serta on the wall. Boyle's been great. Just great.
So much like a boxer in goal for the Mesquite Outlaws. So fitting.
He was once a soccer. I'm starting to feel like the girl that got away. You remember that one glorious weekend with Poyo Cortez
steady,
in that.
Steady.
Escoto. Lifting to the back post, looking for Childs. Ooh, and Escoto flying in on the challenge on Pablo.
Pablo flying in on the challenge as well.
Macias brings it out to Morales. The dangerous Luis Morales. Stops and starts, kicks and goes. He saw it whistled, and Pardo and Cardenas both there. Ortiz punched away by Pardo.
Protect your near post. Goalkeeper clinic. Well done.
Kept alive, Mendez, and then headed back by the very impressive number 12, Gonzalez. Now loose. Ooh, keep it going. It's Gutierrez. Brings it down. Sharp angle here off the wall to himself. Brings it back in the air. Ortiz was there on that third creative attempt. he had time to defuse it. Gutierrez winded. He'll come off to Voy. A very quiet Tavoy Morgan for a second straight match. Will he speak late and loudly?
He had that great opening game for the Inland
Oh,
Empire.
there. Escoto not looking, didn't know. Ball came off of him, and with a man laid off the bench, it's a burst the other way, and Pardo sees the barrel rolling Gonzalez and calmly took care of the ball. Gonzalez was trying to draw a penalty. Now on a late change, can the Sockers take advantage? Mesquite flying off the bench this time as opposed to San Diego, but the Sockers could not take advantage. They were moving at half speed. Now Pino had to jump on that ball. And a mistake could be important, as we know. Here's Leo through three men. The fourth comes over to challenge. That was Chavez. And trying to feed Rojo down the wing and the wall was Leo. Leo still got it. He's found Rojo after the third effort. Rojo off the wall.
The fearless Pollo Cortez almost just got out of the way of that last one.
Ortiz gets his legs tangled up with Pino after stealing the ball. The foul will go to Pino. This one could have gone either way.
There's the trip, the wrap. The Sockers.
Yeah, it's got to be an even call, I think, because Ortiz did what he did after he was taken down. Cardinals. Regardless, we play on. Gutierrez saw it go through. It's just going to roll along the bench wall, and Pollo's going to come out to his red line. Not as adventurous a player as Toth, much more classical. Under 7 to go. Heading toward the final timeout of this one in terms of immediate timeout.
Where does Danny Waltman rank in that ranking system?
At the top. Historically at the top.
If Pollo's classic, what's Danny as far
Maverick.
as okay, I like that.
It's Gutierrez. Ooh, Escoto trying to let the ball do the work around Aguirre. Aguirre does well to stay with his former teammate. And he keeps the ball going the other way. It's Chacunte. Axel Chacunte with a hesitation play. He's drifting in toward the top of the arc with all of that possession and trickery. And back to Gonzalez. Mesquite very much looks like a club that's in this one with their hearts and minds and bodies. This is a club that's committed. Long shot! Punched by Pardo. He did just enough to lift it over the frame. That one came in and even surprised him with the force. Off the wall, tight quarter passing in Escoto. We have a man down behind the play for Mesquite. That's going to lead us to the final timeout of the fourth quarter. And hang on, Josh Wilkins, is he waving off the time? There is a timeout. We'll take it, and we're back with the final 5:50 from Pechanga Arena. After this, 4-4 tie, Sockers and Outlaws. You're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on Twitch.
Sockers Overtime has always been your weekly look inside the Sockers and the MASL, but now we're not just a podcast. We're a TV show on Twitch.
Well, we're not technically a TV show, but we do recap, preview all games. We have some awesome guests all the time, and we're on every Tuesday at 5 p.m.
So check us out, twitch.tv/San Diego Sockers. And hey, we're still a podcast. Find us on Google Play, Amazon, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeart, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We are back at Pechanga Arena, 4-4 tie. We thank San Diego-based Sudbury Properties, a proud sponsor of the San Diego Sockers, real estate and asset management firm specializing in lifestyle town centers, mixed-use developments, master planned communities, and much more. Let's see, we're watching Scattergories up on the big screen.
To fill the people in there.
Which is where Charlie Gonzalez is going against a fan in the stands, trying to think of Christmas things. Our contestant got 13 and Charlie got 6. So that means she wins 4 tickets, Loge tickets to a future Sockers game.
Go on.
Samantha Martinez, terrific official. Oh, Sagu doesn't think so. Right as I say that, Sagu walks through your screen with some words to the contrary. But the Sockers are back defending. Here comes Morales with a burst. Put it into the middle. And that went past after the good deflection by Serta to clear it out. Sweeping again.
That's got to be a foul, potentially a card as well.
That
Indeed.
card is out. And David Ortiz is going to go to the sin bin. And that was drawn painfully along the northern wall. In fact, the Sockers are potentially asking for some further attention here. Let's watch it. It's Pee Wee. Oh, Pee Wee just got raked with the legs. What do you think, Nate?
Yeah, it's a trip. Bit of a rake down the side, so it's a clear blue card. But also, tactically, it stopped the counterattack. It was a blue card in 3.5 different ways. So can the Sockers, about getting off the schneid, about getting a monkey off the back, can the Sockers score a power play goal?
They have failed in their last 6 attempts after scoring their first one in the first quarter of the first game.
Oh, for their last 6. There's a stat. And here's my 5 out there again.
Yep. It was the talk of the halftime locker room. It was the talk of outside the locker room as well. You've got to start moving off the ball. Let's see if the Sockers do better. Here's Charlie. This penalty will count down to either 3:37 left in a time match or to a potential Sockers go-ahead goal. Leo Escoto. Brandon trying to beat his man off the dribble. Plays it back to Leo. Now Leo will try to beat his man off the dribble. Back heels it to Brandon. Leo's in the right corner. The two have exchanged positions in the frame for San Diego. Morgan in the middle is just asking for a touch. It's Childs. Morgan just holds a screen as the ball comes around to Leo, who had to turn his back to net as he controlled. 1:17 left in the power play, and we're in the final 5 minutes, presented by Calafino Tequila. Enjoy the Fino things in life. And at 4-4 at home, make mine a double. Sockers 39-0-4 in their last 43 matches. Here's Morgan. He gets finally a touch and had that one deflected wide. We just have not seen the ball on Tavoy's toe at all. Leo through Tavoy to Childs for the hat trick goal. Morgan didn't touch it, but like Pablo on the other side, Nate, he made the play that set up the goal. Sockers lead 5-4.
I was thinking just the same thing. Tough break. You see Eduardo Pollo Cortez and a hell of a game with Mesquite Outlaws. Sees his team behind now. It's this pass from Leo, who picks out Giles, and just the presence of Tavoy Morgan. It wasn't even a whole lot of movement, just his presence down there, that classic target number 9. It draws a few eyeballs. A few people are thinking about Tavoy, and they're forgetting about the man on the hattie, who now's got 3 to his name, Craig Giles. And with 4:20 left in the fourth quarter, the Sockers lead 5-4. Can they hold on to this thing, Craig?
That's the goal of the defense, the best defense in the league. And the Outlaws, who had allowed just 7 goals all season, have allowed 5 in tonight's match. Mendez wants to turn it back around in a hurry, and it's going to fall to Aguirre at the top of the arc, and he's dispossessed by Felipe Gonzalez. Under 4 to go. Felipe's on the fly. He heads it to himself and controls, and then lifts it in the air to Christian Gutierrez, who will smartly play it back, but there's a man in between. Mendez was right there on time to interfere with what would have otherwise been a calm reset for San Diego. Sockers have used their Pardo touch here, but Charlie to Morgan, a hopping ball to Voy Morgan. 1v1 Aguirre. Now stepping up Morales, forcing Morgan to the outside and to release the ball. 3.5 to play. Craig Childs scored 0 in his first match of the year. He has a hat trick here at home. It's clinical finishing. You can always count on Captain Fantastic to be able to be calm in the moments of intense pressure, just like we saw so many incredible jugadores tonight, or tonight in Qatar, and this morning watching here on the West Coast in that amazing World Cup final. Escoto, Cardenas trying to find Morgan. Morgan got the ball down. He's trying to turn. Ooh, they called the whistle there, and that's going to set up a great free kick for San Diego Nate.
And get a few pantomimes of the card. Sockers are going to have to be content with the free kick. It was Craig Childs who scored that golazo. A little bit closer in, the top of the arc play that brought the score to 3-3 back in the third quarter. Does he have another one in the pocket right now, or will it be a timeout for the Sockers instead?
Let's find out after they plot and plan. Again, we remind you that app, card, wallet. Quintus has everything you need to manage your money your way. Visit Quintus.com today to learn more. Quintus is a proud sponsor of the Major Arena Soccer League. You can load up on Soccer's merchandise. Now go to our San Diego Soccer's team merchandise store, which is Shopify.com/San Diego Soccers. But you can just go to SDSoccers.com, click on the shop, and order our home and road kits. The jersey tops, at least, including this beautiful retro. My dad came to the first game, saw that, and went right to the merch stand and bought one. Like, that's it. Then I gave him the road one for Christmas. So
what a guy.
There's Cowboy, Gabe, Paul, Chris, the old seventh man crew, vuvuzeling away, some youth help along the way, trying to get in Tattoo's ears while the Sockers get ready to try and close this one out.
I don't think there's enough vuvuzelas in the world to drown out the coaching voice of Tattoo. Been able to hear him from up here quite a few times this evening.
Hey, the best way to enjoy a Sockers match is with a group of your friends. Bring your soccer club, your school group, your church organization, your office. Maybe you just have a really huge friend circle. You know, you're one of those people. You've got 100,000 followers.
Popular.
Right? Hey, bring them. Bring them, because you can come to a Sockers match and not only enjoy discount prices, you can have a fundraising opportunity and group benefits like a pregame halftime scrimmage, a player or mascot visit, much more. Get your group of 15 or more together. Go to sdsoccers.com/groups. Take advantage. Sockers want to take advantage of a great deal here. The free kick won by Tavoy Morgan. Will it be the man with the hat trick, Childs? He'll lay it off for a Skoda one touch. Tried to cut to that left foot. We've seen him do it so well so many times before. Mesquite read that play.
Look at this.
2:45 left in the fourth quarter. There goes Eduardo Poyo Cortez. Here comes the sixth attacker for the Mesquite Outlaws.
Got it. Going for it early. I like it.
I believe it's George DeLeon. We cannot see. They have a not numbered sixth attacker jersey, which is against MASL regulations. But nonetheless, he is out there. Now you know why you need the number on the front of the shorts. You see, you know what happened. 2:16 left to go in this match, and it's 6v5. Sockers have conceded a couple of times against Empire in this circumstance. It's back to, we believe, DeLeon.
The numberless wonder. With under two remaining.
Left wing Macias. Crosses it back over. It's Morales on the dance. He had it tipped away for a second. It's a burst. It's a chance. Charlie Gonzalez was held off the ball well by Mendez, who's been impressive tonight.
What a game.
Great game. It's lived up to the MASL Western Conference Match of the Week status that we assigned it arbitrarily because it was 3-0 v2-0. I mean, it's a great overtime match between Monterrey and Chihuahua this weekend as well. But here's Morales, and Pardo, with under 90 to play, is staggered. He is still down. He is asking now. He is in deep discomfort, and he is asking for help. Boris Pardo just maybe took an injury.
Back over here as well.
That's Childs being held off half a field away, but our attention is on the reigning goalkeeper of the year, the 38-year-old from Queens, New York. You see the dust up here. Childs saying he got kicked, telling Samantha Martinez that.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there, and Sagu was actually the one saying that I thought I might have seen someone from the Sockers bench actually get involved, reaching across the boards.
I mean, it's an incredible save by Boris Pardo. And Nate, I don't think Paul Savage has noticed. Boris Pardo hasn't sat up yet. He has not gotten onto his feet since making this incredible save. Now you see Childs got pushed, pushed the man down.
We'll keep it here with this shot.
Okay, that's Childs and Pablo.
So the little kick out, a couple of veterans going at it. Childs stands over
wow.
Pablo da Silva.
Yeah, that's not great.
But then watch this. Keep an eye here. Once the sixth attacker, that little kind of half an arm reach from across the bench. It was a subtle short jab. Way to.
We're going to see another, this time, referee-initiated video review. And I want to tell you now, Boris Pardo is back on his feet. And he was never I still don't think Paul Savage knows that Boris Pardo, and I'm going to just call it knowing his history, might have tweaked his back on that play or felt a back spasm. And just the way he's moving right now.
Won't fully know until the night's over, but good to see Boris, at least for the time being, back up on his feet and moving comfortably. But there was a lot going on as far as the extracurriculars at the end there. And someone, almost like that last shot, it's interesting. It's a faceless human kind of threw half a little jab in there, and it's one good way to get away with it, is to not have anybody see your face. So it was all a lot of bodies crammed in there, and De Leon.
I don't think I saw anything really from the bench that rates,
bench
at least
got
on this
was,
call, on this replay.
Well, no, if you watch all the way over by the bench there, once was it De Leon?
I mean,
once De Leon went to the floor,
yeah.
My head kind of broke loose
so
for 5
seconds. Trying to
peacemake
here. He just wraps up De Leon. He brings him to the wall. I mean, you could have a different interpretation if you like.
Peacemaking in the way that a bouncer is a peacemaker during a melee at the bar.
Yeah.
Well done, Cesar.
Well, what a hot mess this is. 1:20 left. This is not the stoppage we want in this incredible match.
And I'm curious to see what's going to come of this, because you got an officiating crew.
I see a lot of people in the chat saying, "Oh, there's something from the bench here."
Well, that's
and
what I was talking about. There was a half a little punch thrown, and whether it's a half a one, a little one, it don't make no difference. If it's a punch from someone on the bench, it is what it is. Is that what it is? Only 2 opinions matter here, and those are of our officials this evening.
It's a card.
It's a blue card, 1 to each side. Childs is going to get one for the initial exchange with Pablo da Silva. And I think Pablo is also, he's having a last little word with his teammates here. He's also going to be sent to the box. But what about what happened from the bench? Or perhaps it was deemed a non-issue.
And Childs just said to Wilkins, well, he tried to kick me, and Wilkins nodded in affirmation and said, get in the box. In other words, saying that's why Pablo's going in the box.
Right.
So, video review here looks at chaos. They saw chaos on the floor and adjudicated as a blue card on each side.
And look at the space on the field now, Craig. My goodness.
It's 5v4 now. As with 1:20 left, you get the blue and the matching blue for 37 and 80.
I think this works very much to the advantage of the Mesquite Outlaws.
I would agree. Here's Macias. Save that Pablo isn't out there anymore. Ooh, sort of frustrated that the foul. Sort of said, I was off to the races. We'll take a look at this. And remember, both teams are outside their oh, boy, Gonzalez had the leg out there. Without the ball, Gonzalez had the leg out there. That was not okay. That's what I would say to the, at home. That was not okay. 1:08 left in the fourth quarter. Mesquite probing for an equalizer with the empty net to our right in the western goal. Final minute 60 is live from San Diego, California on Twitch, the Major Arena Soccer League. Winner will be undefeated at near the top of the table. Morales to himself over his arm. Gutierrez trying to get it loose. Can't. Macias keeps it alive. And here's the play still running. It's into the middle looking for Morales. Ball hopped up on him. Cardenas interfering, and then Pardo coming up with a save. Distressed though he may be, he's still going. There's 32 seconds left in the match. It's Mendez. Save! Pardo again! Wow. Lifted out, and De Leon heads it back. And now it's the step in. It's the shot! Wide. Rifled by Gonzalez. Under 20 to play. Back to Gonzalez. Crosses Macias. Open space. He'll shoot. Save! Diving Pardo! Gutierrez will send it down the floor. That should win it in front of a standing ovation at Pechanga Arena. The Sockers are going to withstand this incredible attempt by the Mesquite Outlaws. Full time. 5-4. San Diego prevails.
Bravo to both sides. Mesquite giving it all the way to the close. And Boris Pardo making surely 2 or 3 of his biggest saves of the night right at the very end. And hopefully we got no extras before this thing gets underway. And now Boris Pardo and Pablo da Silva are going at it.
Pablo
now here
doesn't
it
take
comes.
losing well. And now this is where you don't want to see the wrong kind of presence to end a game. Sean Bowers is trying to separate because Pablo and Pardo were in the middle of it, and people are very hot, and there's no question about this, Nate. A rivalry is alive and well at the top of the Western Conference. Idly, Sonny just chucks by with a flag.
I can't get enough of the members of the officiating staff right here taking, interesting kind of perched positions to get the best angle of everything going on. See if anybody commits an infraction worthy of a suspension, a fine, that type of thing. Boris Pardo says, kick rocks. We got the win. Wow. Well, that got intense for some of the wrong reasons there at the end, but I want to finish up giving credit to the Mesquite Outlaws because for the last time, I noticed it from the first time that I saw them this evening. This is going to be a matchup that's going to be very important later on in the season. I'll leave it at that.
On Sock Toss night, the Sockers prevailed behind. Captain Fantastic Craig Childs is with Melissa May.
All right, Childs, you gave a nice early holiday present to the Sockers fans with a hat trick. Before we jump into that, can you talk us through that last extracurricular activity?
Yeah, honestly, I got caught on the 6 attacker down, and I needed the hell off it. And so I had a chance to foul him. I took a regular foul, and when he was on the floor, he kicked out at me. And, he's been in the league a long time. He knows what he did, and, of course, it was an exchange blue card. And at that point in the game, honestly, a good exchange because he's critical for them. I'm no importance on 6 attacker or man down, so it was good.
Coming before tonight's game, Eduardo Pollo Cortez had an over 90% save percentage. How did you break that down tonight?
He's a good goalie, and we know he's a really good shot blocker, but in this game, balls come off the board and adjust angles, and we were able to find the extra pass a couple times, and those were the critical moments.
So you were 1 for 4 on power plays before tonight's game. You were 0 for 2 on power plays, and then that last one hit, and you just kicked the crap out of that and hit the goal. Was that the plan the whole time for that last power play?
Honestly, we adjusted at halftime a little bit, and we came out with a little bit of a different formation, and I think it benefited us, and it may be something we use down the road.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the Twitch fans out there in terms of the holidays?
Have a happy holiday. We got a 3-week break. We're going to enjoy ourselves over here and get back to it.
Absolutely. Happy holidays, Craig. Back to you, Craig and Nate.
Melissa May bringing it.
Go on.
Bringing it. Adrian bringing it on the drums for Los Brujos as the Sockers finish calendar year 22 play with 2 overtime losses, the only thing to show along the way. Every single thing else a win, 44 straight now, dating all the way back to 2021, where the Sockers are unbeaten in regulation, 40-0-4 in that time, counting the playoffs. And the Sockers defeat Mesquite tonight. With this win now, San Diego is 3-0 with 8 points. Mesquite is 3-1 with 9 points. But, of course, the Sockers have a match in hand. They'll have several matches in hand because Mesquite will play Dallas twice before the Sockers return to the field. We'll tell you more about the schedule to come in a moment. Let's take care of our superlatives first. And we'll start things off with our Malloy's Gem of a Save. And I'll tell you what. There were some gems tonight.
Take your pick. See which one gets the nod. Full of big ones at the end from Boris Pardo. The whole sequence. There's going to be a couple in here. These all happened in, 25 seconds. They're all equally important. You see the last one here. Boris just getting everything behind it. The best of his capability. And this last one there, that was 3 saves in what must have been less than 30 seconds as Mesquite were throwing the kitchen sink and then some towards the net, trying to get that equalizer. They threw the 6th attacker out there very, very early almost with 3 minutes left in the game. They were throwing everything at Boris Pardo, and he did everything he could to get the Sockers the 3 points tonight.
Alloy's Fine Jewelry, the proud sponsors of the San Diego Sockers and our gem of a save. Now it's time for the front wave goal of the match, Front Wave Credit Union. And it's going to be the match winner. It's Leo through Tavoy. Watch Tavoy, watch it go. They still kept people's attention. And Childs, I believe the technical term Melissa May used was he kicked the crap out of it.
Right there. That was the crap being kicked out of said soccer ball. That was the Sockers taking a 5-4 lead that they would not relinquish. You talk about the pass master, you talk about the assisting, the pride in passing, the delicate art of the assist across a lot of sporting landscapes. Always a great thing to teach the youth. Assisting a goal, sometimes just as cool as scoring one. Leonardo de Oliveira, he does both things very well, but I love the pride that he takes in his passing. And while Tavoy Morgan played a huge role in that play, Leo picked out Craig Childs.
Yep.
Leo knew exactly what he was doing. He was a step ahead of everybody out there. Tavoy did his little part to keep everybody's eyes moving, and Craig Childs did the rest.
Great stuff for the San Diego Sockers, Mesquite Outlaws, the MASL. You know, they don't like the little dust up at the end, but you know what? I don't mind it. Get a little rivalry going.
Wild West showdown on a Sunday night, baby.
Let's go. A rootin' tootin' Major Arena Soccer League match tonight.
And I hope you enjoyed it out there. You on Twitch watching right now. Thanks for joining us.
Let's thank the great people here at TVX Video who helped make it all happen, including executive producer Ted Bendrick, our director Reina Orozco Ramos, producers Randall the Sliz, Annalise Baratos and Abner Vargas, David Wynn, Lucia Arenas and Gabby Cordova on the cameras. Mark Hattersley is our audio engineer. Charlie Gonzalez is dancing on the floor with his kids as the Sockers are 3-0 to start the MASL season with this 5-4 win. Sockers get the holiday off. Then they will play next in the new year. A weekend back-to-back. It'll start January 7th at Dallas, a 1 o'clock kickoff on Saturday the 7th, and then back here for Hispanic Heritage Night on January 8th. That kickoff will be 1 hour later than normal because of the back-to-back Texas to California sojourn. So that'll be a 6:05 kickoff on January 8th, Hispanic Heritage Night, the debut of the Sockers' new third kit. We look forward to that. Nate, your closing thoughts on tonight's action.
Another 1-goal win for the San Diego Sockers. Still unbeaten on the season, still perfect, and these games, they've been exciting. Loved what the Empire Strikers brought last week, and also had a lot of respect for what the Mesquite Outlaws brought to the table tonight. But the Sockers with another 1-goal win. How about it? Good start to the season, San Diego.
For Nate Abre and Melissa May and our TVX Video crew, I'm Craig Elston, reminding you once again our final score tonight, 5-4 on Craig Childs' hat-trick goal in the fourth. The Sockers hold off the Outlaws. We'll talk to you in the new year. We wish you all a very happy holiday season. And now, so long from San Diego. Outstanding TVX Video crew